everyone, Princess Rainbow Gaming here, and welcome back to Doki Literature Club. Now, last time we left off, we were hanging out with Yuri. This is part 2 of the last episode, because you're just gonna have to see last episode to go find out what's going on. So, Yuri rummages through her bag. She pulls out a few candles and a wooden cylinder-shaped object. I did some shopping on the way here, so I happen to have these in my bag. Or happen, I mean, whatever. Okay. I plan to cover the windows in black paper and use the candles to light the room. I think that would be amazing, don't you? Yeah, that would be really neat. What's that wooden thing, though? Oh, this? It's a diffuser for essential oils. How familiar are you with aromatherapy? Not familiar at all. Ah, is that so? It's one of my favorite contributors to a positive atmosphere. Depending on the oils or herbs you use, you can change the mood of the air itself. You can even feel it permeate through your body. Relaxation, positive energy, romance, reflection. Wait, romance? It's almost like magic. Yuri takes the cylinder and pushes a switch on the bottom. In just a moment, a thin ray of vapor begins to spout through a small hole on the top. Wow, that smells wonderful. What kind of mood is this one for? This is a jasmine essential oil. It smells a little sweet and a little flowery, right? Yeah, I guess that's a good way to describe it. I chose jasmine for the event because it provides more than relaxation. Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps them... Oh, hang on. Helps you feel them flow... Jasmine enhances your emotions and helps you feel them flow through your body. There we go. I'm trying to read in what I sound like, you know. You feel warmer and your heart pounds more heavily. Don't you think that will be perfect for sharing our bones? It does sound suitable. But you seem to know a lot about this, so I'll trust your opinion with anything. Yuri smiles gently, clearly enjoying herself. She once again reaches into her bag and pulls out several spools of thin ribbon. What are those for? Well, did you purchase the origami paper I asked you to get? Yeah, I have it over here. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like you to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh, yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of the ribbon, to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then, we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing the room. It may attract to some people inside. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you would be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I do get a little intense, as you'd put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Maybe it's just the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Princess RD. You can write any characters you want. Yeah, I'm gonna write Mysterio on there. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yep, that's me. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon to her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves etched onto it. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. That looks really fancy. Well. Embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think this is weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know? You promise you won't be weirded out? Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing. Oh, it's only early in the morning when I'm doing this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. It's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife, with the handle facing me. I take it and I turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Princess RD! Why did you do that? Didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Ah! Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks a wound. Ew! I feel her tongue curl around my finger. Startled, I instinctively put my hand back. Oh. Please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lifts her head, her face burning up. Yuri. That's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird, and it took me by surprise. And I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. Yeah, we're going, She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Princess RD! Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. Oh, my eyes. You are so silly, Princess RD. I mean, you're so weird. Yuri's calling me weird? I had no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one, actually. It was just a tiny cut. See? I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I suspected, and it will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablet. Yeah, that's right. One of the items Yuri had asked... One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. Well, we'll need about 6 cups of water to put in each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be right back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water's okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-size glasses. I put them on a plate to catch any paint that drips, then take it back to my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeve, pulling it back down over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. Is it too hot in here or anything? Look at me. Yuri, what are you doing to me? No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so... Oh. I was not yawning at all before. Let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cup. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. I'd like to paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, then nighttime. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational note across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it'll be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. You say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class and projects we had back then. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean it like that at all. It's kind of fun, you know? Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself, for me, I don't need to go out to do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. Okay. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading. It doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. Just having a friend next to me makes me feel a little bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she's coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Sorry! Yuri quickly reels back. I quickly lift my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face! Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel down back in front of her. Oh, hello. Here. I pat down Yuri's face with the neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's just hot. I didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrap around my wrist, sending a tingling feeling through my arm. Suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Man, I wasn't yawning at all a few minutes ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry. I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it begun. Yuri picks up her brush again, but her movements seem clumsier, like she's unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly, retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Looking at the banner as a whole, it's pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you gonna add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be best to leave it here, then have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? Yeah, that's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Phew. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little bit concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left? I was secretly hoping we would have extra time left after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No. Oh, that's mine. Whoops. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri almost said Rarity. Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunity to spend time with friends in a relaxed environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem. I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then. Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of say that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted. Because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over, or we can go out somewhere. I forgot you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so. You're very thoughtful, Princess RD. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. Oh! She even got closer to the screen! Hello! I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? But I don't even get a chance to as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori? Sayori? Eh?
Hi, Princess ID.
Sayori! Just now, we were...
It's okay, Princess ID. I just stopped by to say hi.
Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave.
Aw, really? That's too bad.
I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so... That's fine, right?
Of course.
Sayori beams. Yeah, so... I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori? I thought you didn't want to come over today.
Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. So I had to come in here and see it for myself.
See what? What are you talking about?
You know, how much fun you were having with your...
Okay, I am so sorry, everyone. I do not know what happened just then. My game just totally crashed on me at this point. I don't know what happened. It just suddenly stopped working. So I had to go back in, restart from my last save point, and then come back to this moment. I am so sorry. But I've got it back. I checked the footage. It stopped right about here. So, yeah. Let's just get back into it.
How much fun you were having with Yuri. And how close you got to her. Made me so really happy. Made such good friends. That's all that matters to me.
Yeah, oh. This is emotional. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face.
That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Princess? I'm supposed to be happy for you. I should really my heart is splitting in half. It hurts so much. It hurts.
This would be so much easier if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that.
It's true. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You wouldn't have to put up with me being selfish. Monaco's right. I should just...
Monica? Monaco's right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not gonna let this continue. caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain.
What?
Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her.
I'm scared. Princess. I'm scared.
What are you scared of, Sayori?
I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me.
Sayori?
It's true, isn't it? I was weak and I started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Princess, I like you so much. That's how I feel.
That's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I'll always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give you. Sayori. Sayori, I love you! Oh, okay. Oh, I clicked I love you. I closed my eyes. I just literally scanned my mouse up and down, and then I chose one, and I clicked I love you. I love you. Those are my true feelings. So there's no way you could like me more than I like you. Should have realized it sooner. Spending time with everyone at the club, making new friends, and having fun with you every day, it helped me realize that you are truly the most important person to me. That's why I'll accept any of your burdens. As long as we continue like this every day, with you by my side, then I know we'll both be happy. Suddenly, Sayori wraps her arms around me.
Princess, is this really okay?
Yeah. I hold Sayori in my arms and I pull her closer. You'll never have to let go of me.
I love you. I want to be with you forever.
Me too. I feel Sayori's grip around me weaken a little bit.
What is this?
Sayori?
I'm supposed to be happy right now. I always thought this would be the happiest moment for me. But why? For now? The wrinkles in my way. Not going away at all.
It's okay, Sayori. It might take time for things to get better again. But no matter how long it takes, I'll be there every step of the way. That's all that matters.
Okay. I trust you.
Sayori and I slowly release each other. So, I guess that makes the festival tomorrow our first day now.
What do you think? I don't want to think about those things, you know. I want everything to be the same as it's always been. Even if we really are a couple. I don't know if I can handle anything more right now. It's really new and scary to me.
I understand. We'll go at whatever pace suits you best.
Princess?
Sayori sadly gazes at me again, smiling sadly.
I get really, really sad. This is the best thing for me, right?
Hmm? I don't really understand what Sayori means by that. Are you saying this makes you feel sad, Sayori?
I don't know. I don't understand what I'm feeling. It's like a bunch of thorns on you, so you love me. And that's why I want to trust you. You know what's best.
Yeah, I do. That's my promise. I say that, but in reality, I've never felt more uncertain when it comes to Sayori. I know that I love her, and she loves me, but I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is, even though I can comfort her. I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back the way they were. Is that what Sayori meant by not wanting anything to change? I don't know, but I know I'll give it everything I've got. Sayori is the most important person to me, and I'll do whatever it takes to have a happy future with her. It's the day of the festival. Of all days, I expected this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. I considered going to her house to wake her up, but decided that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparations for the event should nearly be complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently rolled it up to take it with me. She sent me a pleasant text this morning, reminding me not to forget anything, and I reassured her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Natsuki about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too.
Princess RD! You're the first one here. Thanks for being early.
That's funny. I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems that we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing.
I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you.
Yeah, she overslept again. Hey, dummy. You'd think on the days this important she'd try a little harder. I said that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. I suddenly feel awful not knowing it's nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it's the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all.
You should take a little responsibility for her, Princess RD. I mean, especially after your exchange with her the other day. You kind of left her hanging this morning, yeah?
Wait. Oh, Monica, you're trying to reference me, aren't you? Exchange? Monica, you know about that?
Of course I do. I'm the club president, after all.
But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? That we're a couple now? I didn't really plan on with anyone yet. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so...
Don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think.
Eh? Monica's being as friendly as usual, but for some reason, I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that.
Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? They came out really nice.
Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is neatly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones I practiced during our performance. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. Oh, hello! A bunch of get out of my heads. Get out of my head. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But a poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. Ah! What is this? You reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach.
Princess? What's wrong?
Nothing. The poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm gonna go get Sayori, so...
Well, alright. Try not to take too long, okay?
I quickly leave the classroom.
Don't strain yourself!
Now Monica calls out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her and help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs, and that's what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I open the door and let myself in. Sayori? She really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I cannot believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house? That really is something that a boyfriend would do, isn't it? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori? Wake up, dummy. There's no response. I really didn't want to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of a breach of privacy? Did you really leave me no choice? I gently open the door. Say up! What the heck? What the heck? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. And why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Confessing to her? I shouldn't have confessed to her. That's not what Sayori needed at all. She even told me how painful it is for others to care about her. Then why did I confess to her? Why was I so selfish? This is all my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me that I could have done something to prevent this. I just spent more time with her. Walked her to school. Remained friends with her like it had always been. Then I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. My brother. She's gone forever now. Nothing I do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. I only have one chance, and I wasn't careful enough. Now, I'll carry this guilt with me till I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than her. But I still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now, I can never take it back. Never. 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 Okay. I'm not reading this. It's messed up because It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always told myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I start blankly at the wall looking. Okay, this is just what happened earlier. No, screw this. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content by just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in there anyway. The school day is ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There aren't really any that interest me. Besides, most of them will probably be too demanding for me to deal with. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Princess ID? Oh, hello. Monica?
Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. It's been a while, huh?
Yeah, it has. Monica smiled sweetly. We do know each other. Well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class as last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in my class. Smart, beautiful, athletic. Basically, completely out of my league. So, having her smiling so genuinely, I was a little... What'd you come in here for anyway?
Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there are any construction paper? Or markers?
I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right?
About that. I actually quit the debate club.
Really? Quit?
Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing more but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case,
what club did you decide to join?
Actually, I'm starting a new one.
Okay.
A literature club.
Literature? That sounds a little dull. How many members do you have so far?
It's kind of embarrassing. There's only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring.
Well, I can see that.
But it's really not boring at all, you know? Literature can be anything. Writing, reading, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that Monica's...
Wait, why did I say Monica? Monica! Manga is literature too.
I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. Besides, a member's a member, right?
Did Monica just say she?
Hey, Princess ID. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join?
I guess so, but
in that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but you could at the very least visit my club. It would make me really happy. Please.
Well, I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I refuse someone like Monica? Sure, I guess I'll check it out.
Awesome! Really, you're sweet, Princess, you know that?
It's nothing really.
Shall we go then? I'll look for the materials another time.
You're more important. And thus marks the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door.
I'm back! And I brought a gift with me.
Whoa.
Huh?
A guest?
Seriously? You brought a girl? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Natsuki. But anyway, welcome to the club, princess.
All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredibly cute girls.
So let me guess. You're Monica's girlfriend, right? What?
No, I'm not. Natsuki.
The girl with a sour attitude, whose apparently name is Natsuki, is the one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes me think she must be a first year. Anyways, this is Natsuki, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president.
It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparatively more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Natsuki. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you too.
So, I ran into Princess in a classroom and she decided to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica! Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to... Well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him.
In that case, I should at least make some tea, correct?
Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, princess?
Hold on. Making of tea. Okay. The girls have arranged a few desks to form a table. As Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Natsuki sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica.
So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club exciting and fun for everyone.
I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. Must be hard starting a new club.
You could put it that way.
I would have played the mod.
Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something new. Especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard and convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events, like the festival, that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess.
Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. Oh. She carefully places a cup in front of each of us before setting down a teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you really enjoy a good book?
I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you.
That's not... Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that you know. I believe you. Well, tea reading may not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Princess RD, what kinds of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga, I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Oh! Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorite. Build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling such a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological elements really immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I read a horror book once. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at a minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. I didn't expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think, or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Surreal horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment.
I hate horror.
Oh? Why is that?
Well, I just...
Natsuki's eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki?
What? What gives you that idea?
You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. It looked like you were writing a poem called...
Don't say it out loud. Give that back.
Fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems?
Yeah, I guess sometimes. How do you care?
I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime?
No.
Natsuki averts her eyes.
You wouldn't like them.
Not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing that level writing takes more than just confidence. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to end this episode off soon. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing you the deepest reaches of your heart.
Do you have writing experience too, Yuri?
Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We'll sit in silence for a moment.
Hey, I just got an idea. How about this?
Natsuki and Yuri look quizzically at Monica.
Let's all go home and write a poem of our own. Then next time we meet, we'll all share them with each other. That way, everyone is even. I thought it was a good idea.
Well, I think you're right, Monica. We should probably start finding activities for all of us to do to participate in together. I did decide to take on the responsibility of vice president after all. I need to do my best to nurture the club as well as its members. Besides, now that we have a new member, it seems like a good step for us to take. Do you agree as well, Princess? Hold on. There's still one problem.
What's
Now that we've reached the most important topic, I bluntly come forth with what's been on my mind the entire time. I never said I would join this club. Monica may have convinced me to stop by, but I never made any decision. I still have other clubs to look at, and I lose my train of thought. All the girls stare back at me with dejected eyes.
But
I'm sorry. I thought. Hmm? All the girls exchange glances before Monica turns back to me.
I guess I need to tell you the truth, Princess. The thing is, we don't have enough members to form an official club. We need 4. And I've been trying really, really hard to find new members. We don't find one more before the festival.
I'm defenseless against these girls. How am I supposed to make a clear-headed decision when it's like this? I would feel terrible for letting everyone down in this situation. And besides, the club itself seems pretty relaxed. So if writing poems is the price I need to pay in order to spend every day with these beautiful girls? Right. Okay, I've decided then. I'll join the literature club. One by one, the girls' eyes light up.
Oh my goodness, really? Do you really mean that, Princess?
Yeah. It could be fun, right? You really did scare me for a moment.
I mean, if you really just came after all this, I would have been super mad. Princess, I'm so happy. We can be official member. We can become official club now. Thank you so much for this. You're really amazing. I'll do everything I can to give you a great time, okay?
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, everyone. I think with that, we can officially end today's meeting on a good note. Everyone remember tonight's assignment.
Write a poem to bring... Oh, God. Write a poem to bring to the next meeting so we can all share.
Princess, I look forward to seeing how you express yourself.
Yeah. Can I really impress this class star Monica with my mediocre writing skills? I already feel the anxiety swelling up in me. Meanwhile, the girls continue to chit-chat as Yuri cleans up the tea set. I guess I'll be on my way then.
Okay. I'll see you tomorrow then. I can't wait.
With that, I depart the club room and make my way home. The whole way, my mind wanders back and forth between the 3 girls. Natsuki, Yuri, and of course, Monica. Will I really be happy spending every day after school in a literature club? Perhaps I'll get the chance to grow closer to one of these girls. Alright, I just need to make the most of my circumstances, and I'm sure good fortune will find me. I guess that starts with writing a poem tonight. You have unlocked a special poem. Would you like to read it? Yes. Today I cut my skin open for the first time. It was exhilarating. I think I understand how it feels now. I'm supposed to be the responsible one, though. So I don't think I'll be doing it again, unless I decide to kill myself. I left a memento of the occasion below. Ugh! Okay, well, I'm gonna leave that episode here. I'm gonna have to replay the game up till the part where I get to Sayori, and it's gonna be tough. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and do that part real quick. You'll see that part in the episode before all this. So, I want to thank you guys so much for watching to the very end. Please be tuned in to next time where we'll create a poem together. This time without Sayori. Well, I'll see you all next time. This has been Doki Doki Literature Club, Part 5. And this is Princess Rainbow Gaming, signing out.